Now, earlier this month, Eskom attached Emfuleni Municipality's bank accounts to recover more than 8 billion rand in debt, and this follows what it calls a failure by the municipality to comply with the National Treasury's debt relief program. Gauteng MEC for Finance and Economic Development, Lebogang Maile, is now moving to ensure that this situation is turned around with speed, and the MEC joins us live now for a discussion. MEC, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. I beg your indulgence, firstly, before we even talk about the situation in Emfuleni. We've just seen a report now of, BOSA, of course, and that interruption of that particular meeting and what happens there with the Cultural Shop Owners Association, for example, and some of the spaza shop owners. What was your reaction when you saw what was unfolding there?
Good evening and thanks for having us. I think it's unfortunate that the situation is getting out of hand due to the popular, the popular stance that BOSA is taking. I think BOSA is politicizing an issue which is supposed to be attended to because it's genuine grievances of affected small, medium enterprises in the area who have a grievance that there's a fund that was established, which is meant for helping small, medium enterprises. And unfortunately, I think there's been some delays in terms of the report that I've received. They made wild allegations accusing everybody of corruption, and we challenged them to prove those, and they could not substantiate. And today they went there to mobilize, try and garner support for their political party. It's not going to solve the problem. They don't have the authority. We have the authority as government, and that's why I have already asked the head of department to facilitate a discussion between the affected SMMEs and family tree so that they can find an amicable solution. Because the report I have is that no money has been dispersed as yet, and BOSA is claiming that monies have been squandered, which according to the report I received, that's not the case. In fact, there's been delays in the disbursement of the fund, and as you have heard, the gentleman from Family Tree is saying that some of the conditions will make it difficult for small, medium enterprises, which is a matter I said the department must look at, because the intention of the fund is to make it easy for small, medium enterprises to access funding, because we all know that one of the big challenges facing small, medium enterprises in our country is funding. So it can't be that government will invest money in a fund that will make it difficult for the same beneficiaries to struggle accessing those. So we want to call for calm, and we want to ask political parties not to play political games and playing on the vulnerability of the small and medium enterprises. The head of department will be, I think, sometime this week, mediate and call a meeting to deal with the issue. So we ask BOSA to refrain from fueling fires and creating a dangerous situation which could lead to loss of lives. So what we have seen there, it's not good at all, and it shouldn't be encouraged.
All right, and we'll continue then to see how this one develops. But there's another issue that you've raised concern with, and this is what's taking place at Emfuleni. As we saw Eskom attaching the bank accounts of that municipality. You met with the leadership to look at the state of its finances as well. How much are you able to share about what you found?
Firstly, we are not happy with the municipality, both the political and the administrative leadership. The matter should not have escalated this far. We think that if they were doing what is expected of them, we would not be where we are. And we have to express our displeasure in public. We have expressed our displeasure to the mayor, the mayoral committee, and the senior management. And we believe that heads must roll. Someone must take responsibility and account, because for the longest time, the municipality has been struggling to run its affairs. And in fact, it is not a going concern. In simpler terms, it's bankrupt, because they are collecting less than what they are expected to spend. But there's also a lot of inefficiencies. There are no systems in place, and it doesn't seem like there is an effort on the part of the municipality from where we are sitting. And that's why we are not going to be nursing the municipality. We are not going to, we are going to call things for what they are, because as things stand, the community is shortchanged and taken for granted, and we are not going to allow that. We have since instructed the municipality to give us a turnaround strategy by end of this week, and we are going to peruse it, work with them, and make sure that we put systems in place. But most importantly, those who are in the management, starting with the municipal manager, must be held to account. And we've said to the municipality, all the measures that are going to be put in place or to be proposed must be in the performance agreements of the municipal manager and the senior managers, so that if they don't play ball and they don't come to the party, they have to be fired. They don't deserve to be in the municipality if the municipality can run. They can't be telling us about salaries and when there are no services, when the community is suffering.
So, MSC, is it when you were then looking at the issues there, especially as far as management is concerned, is it an issue of a lackluster approach, one that is not willing to serve, or is it a skills and a capacity issue?
I think largely it's lackluster. It's lack of leadership. I don't want to pass a judgment on the skills and the capacity of the management without using any scientific barometer. I want to assume that when they were hired and when they were interviewed, there's a system that is being utilized to measure their competency. So I would want to give them a benefit of doubt, but I think there is just lackluster attitude and lack of decisive leadership on the part of a council. So they have to strengthen their hand and be firm and decisive in making sure that the things that must be done are done, because they know what is that must be done. When we met with them, they were able to eloquently articulate the problem. And we said, it's not about articulating the problem, but it's about the precision with which they are able to resolve the issues. And those issues can be resolved. They just need the municipality to be decisive.
And then what do you say to residents who are watching you tonight and have been concerned about what has been taking place in this municipality, especially when news that Eskom has moved in this particular regard emerged? So what do you say to someone who's panicking, who says that will we even be able to have services, for example?
As a provincial government, we've already moved in to provide services. We've already renovated about 40 roads, local roads. We've given the municipality equipment like trucks for collecting waste and all that. We will continue to do that. We've got other agencies like MISA, which is a national agency that has been coming in, deployed engineers. So we will mobilize all the resources and the skills to ensure that there is service delivered. The rain water is in the area, it's working, and we will do everything in our power to ensure that services are not interrupted, but we will not be held to ransom by managers who don't want to do their work. We would insist that those who are not doing their work must leave the municipality, and we will definitely give constant feedback to the municipality. We are working with the Provincial Department of COGTA so that it's able to provide support in terms of the Section 154 of the Constitution.
And how are you ensuring that they also pay their debt to Eskom?
The municipality is not able to pay because, firstly, there are illegal connections. We said they must disconnect people who are connecting illegally, because there are people who are paying. In fact, as a matter of fact, they are collecting about 79%, which shows that there is willingness on the part of the consumers. But secondly, Eskom has been penalizing them for that illegal connections, which is revenue loss on their part. They are buying water from Rand Water for about 138 million, but they are only connecting 40 million. It means there are not systems in place. So the municipality knows what must be done, and whatever that has to be done must be done. It's non-negotiable, and we are going to help them. We are going to grab them kicking and screaming to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do, and those who don't want to work must leave the municipality.
MEC, thank you so much for giving us this update. And as you say that you're now waiting to see their plans, let's catch up then to see how things are going and if you're satisfied with some of the proposals that are being put there. But thank you so much for that update. That was the Gauteng MEC for Finance and Economic Development, Lebogang Maile, giving us an update on the situation of Emfuleni. Remember, Eskom attaching the bank accounts of this particular municipality. So we'll continue then to monitor this particular one closely.